My name is Anna Clark, and it is 4 a.m. in the morning, and I never record at this time, but I always write at this hour. It's so funny. My Facebook is www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. My voice is raspy, and I don't know why. I feel like I want to read the sort of article that God has had me write this morning. But here it is. So I'm about to give you a message on purpose, life's work versus job. And this is called Stop Being a Dinglehopper. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. If you're waiting on God to move you from a job and you are prophetic, intuitive, empathic, or whoever you are, whatever gifting you have, whatever dream you have within you, whatever passion you have within you to create, build, or be part of a team of, or to create teams to do a certain work or service in the earth. Anyway, if you are even someone that gives messages to the body of Christ, or whoever you are, I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Whoever you are, it's important for you to be who you are in Him, okay? And so this is to encourage and to edify and to build up and to urge whoever to be authentic to who you are in the Lord, in your autonomy, and to just go after it. I don't want you to waste your life. I don't want you to be unhappy. I don't want you to find that you're selling yourself for $1 or trading your time for money in something that you don't always want to do forever. If your heart is saying, is this forever? How much longer do I have to do this? This is so stupid. I don't even love this. The things I want to really do, I can't do because I'm over here doing this. Isn't there a way to do what I love and attach a payment to it? Yes. Even if it's your spiritual gifts. The answer is yes. So anyway, listen. If you're waiting on God to move you from a job and you are having any sort of gift or passion that you've realized, even if you're someone that's used to speak messages for Him, then ask Him what's the lesson. This is what God's taught me, because everything I've ever walked through has a lesson or wisdom I'm supposed to share, and that's part of my path. That I can say, I'm not going to speak today. I'm not going to say nothing. And then God's like, no, girl, you're about to talk about this today. So I stopped telling God that. But everything I walked through and every work that He sent me to was a short work, not for too many months each job, because I would always ask Him, what is the lesson? So excuse me as I sound like Kermit the Frog right now at 4 a.m. in the morning. But I'm hoping to help you. When you're in a place that you don't really love, ask the Lord, what is the lesson? The fastest way out of a door you are to really just be in for a season, but you can make this thing last for years if you like. But the quickest way out of that door or opportunity or work is to ask Him, what is the lesson? What is the message? What did I come to glean and or impart here? See, every job I ever did, or everything He ever sent me to, every connection, every relationship, every job, every work, it's all symbolic. They all gave me lessons. Even if they didn't know even if I was sent to teach them, I always learned, because a good teacher always learns, right? And if he sent me to a relationship to love someone that cannot love back, it was to give me a lesson. Or if he sent me to a job, it's funny that even the titles of the companies were even a part of the lesson for me in that season, even to impart to the body of Christ globally online. So anyway, every job he ever sent me to, it was a lesson. Or even if I was sent to impart, pull out, uproot, or shut it down on one word that he gave me to give. Or maybe that job was to sustain me, but he's never really sent me to a job just to sustain me. They were always very ordered steps, as in, go to this job, take this type of job. And they would always give me while I was thankful to do it, and I love people, but I even the jobs where I was independent contractor for some companies, because I knew that I was not made to be under a boss, because I can't have my bosses to lack more wisdom than my own children that I have taught wisdom from God. They have better ideas on I feel they're wiser than some of the bosses I've had. So I thought, why am I going to be under people that are more stupid than my children? It's just the weirdest thing. So anyway, see, I've already raised children. You may see me and think I'm not that old, but let me tell you. Anyway, every job I learned something from, you guys. Every job. Also, the Lord always has me say this. All jobs are lessons to entrepreneurs. Anyways, whoever you are, maybe you're not an entrepreneur, maybe you're not a prophetic person, but maybe you're a different tool, maybe you're a different vessel. I don't care who you are, this could encourage you. And I'm not going to stop. No, I'm just playing. LOL, I'm half asleep and I'm talking. Okay, but anyway, so if you're like an entrepreneur or you're someone that knows you're supposed to go on to do something else, something greater, or something that means something greater to you. Maybe it's not a big position. Maybe it's not in leadership. Maybe it's something that's great to you and authentic to you in who the Lord has made you to be. And so anyway, you will feel caged if you're in a place that is not authentic to who you are, or if you stay in an assignment beyond the time that the Lord has sent you there. So break out on your appointed time as he reveals and into the new steps that he reveals. You can speed up the process of a job and service that he sent you into by asking, what is the message, or what am I here for, or what is the lesson, or what is the prayer that you're trying to squeeze out of me? Because don't you know, if you ask him anything in his name, he'll give it to you. But sometimes we don't have because we don't ask. But sometimes we're not asking the right question. So sometimes God will create situations or put you in certain relationships or lead you to certain connections or lead you to certain jobs, of which will all have you to pray. Wait, I don't want to be with this guy that never talks. I don't want to be in this job that keeps me on the phones, but I can't speak into people's destinies. I don't want to drive people around, but really I can't take them to their destiny. If you don't do the jobs God's leading you to and ask him what's the lesson, you may very well just stay in a place that was supposed to be temporary and make it permanent and think that you're waiting on God. So anyway, what I'm saying may be a piece to your puzzle. I don't know. My path is not everybody's path. My steps are very ordered, and God's, always doing something, right? Anyway, a job sometimes is like a mountain, and you have to ask yourself, how many times do we want to go around this mountain? How many times do we want to go around this mountain? How many times, how many more months, how many more years do we want to go around this mountain? Now, look, mountains are gates, places of business or of ministry or of influence or of commerce, economy, marketplace. Is that mountain that you're working in, is that your home? Does it feel like home? Like when God gives you your mate, it should feel like home. It's not perfect, but you know that it is where you belong. Do you know that where you're working is where you ultimately belong? So I want you to pray and always ask God for wisdom, for clarity, for direction. Okay? And so, sometimes we're in a temp spot. We have to identify this. Do you know what you're made for? Did you ignore the dream that God gave to you? Are you a good tool in the wrong box? Are you a tool that can be used that way, but that's not really your function? Remember the movie called The Little Mermaid and the girl named Ariel and the dinglehopper? She had the dinglehopper, right? And it's like she had this fork, but she was calling it a dinglehopper. Don't make me pull out old Disney movies to describe these things. Stop being a dinglehopper. She found a fork and she didn't know what it was called on the earth. It's called a fork, but she called it a dinglehopper. And then she took the fork and did not eat with the fork, but took the dinglehopper and combed her hair with it because she thought the fork was a comb, was what we call a comb. Anyway, are you like this tool that is being used in a way that you weren't really created for? And so it's creating unhappiness in you. So stop being a dinglehopper. Pray, weep, seek, ask, seek, knock, bang. Make all kinds of requests to God about your purpose, about your job, about your life's work, about your happiness, about your authenticity, about your autonomy, about your true destiny. If you're really a messenger, or if you're really a different tool, or whoever you are, come out whoever you are. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. LOL. If you're really not a dinglehopper, you're a fork. You're really to be used to stir things up. Stop forking around. You're really made to make waves and whip things up with Jesus, to bake things and make things and create things and craft things, and maybe to craft teams or to be on a team that's really a part of your dream. Maybe you're to stir gifts up in people. There's an appointed time that God will show you the way out to destiny. But you can't hang out on old assignments when it's over. When the Lord's given you the steps on how to come out of it, that's usually the time you're to come out of it, or you got to wait on His timing. So we have to be prayerful, right? Thank God for prayer. Thank God for connectivity to our Creator. Thank God for communication. Thank God that God talks to us. Thank God for direction. Thank God for wisdom. Thank God for revelation. Thank God for God-given dissatisfaction that makes me come back and ask Him questions. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Actually, thanking God is how we enter into His presence, is how you start to feel His presence. If you feel far away, just start to thank God and ask God things. Ask Him, ask a lot of questions. Try to annoy Him with questions. You can't. He used to tell me, Anna, you want to know a lot of things, huh? You want to ask me a lot of questions. My God, how come people don't know this? Or how come people don't ask about this? Or how come they're not asking enough questions? Or how come they're not seeing this? Or why are they staying in this place? Why are they staying in a dead place? God, how come they don't hear you? God, how come they don't want to hear you? How come they're afraid to hear you? How come they'll sell themselves for some money? How come they sell themselves short? Anyways, you guys, I want you to seek God, or you will be dingle hopping your beep off for life. And it's not authentic to who you are. Don't sell yourself short. Hashtag don't sell self short. Hashtag stop forking around. Hashtag you're not a dingle hopper. Find your purpose. Seek the Lord. Seek Him. I know that it's said in Ecclesiastes, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might, for there is no life in the grave. But I want you to know, God has made you for a purpose. And even when you're in that purpose, everything's not perfect, but you want to get in your purpose. Because that's where the flow is. That's where your grace is. That's where your joy is. That's where your strength is. But He will let you stay where you're at. He will let you. My name is Anna Clark. You can find me on Facebook. Friend request and then inbox me and I will surely see your message. Any prayer requests, if you need direction from the Lord, prophetic word, any spiritual guidance, any understanding on what's around your life, what's in your life right now, what to do with it, how to categorize it. What should we do with it? Should we cut it off? Should we walk with them? Sometimes people look right, but they're wrong for you. Sometimes people look wrong, but they're right for you. You have to know what God's steps are for you. If you want to know what your next step is, if you need some wisdom, if you need some help, if you need some understanding, if you need some revelation, if you need some encouragement, inbox me. Anna Clark. You can find me www. You know all them W's, right? But it's facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. It is 4:47 a.m. in the morning. It is July 11th, 2019. And I'm just sharing this as led at an hour that God usually doesn't have me speak, but He has me to type online every day, you guys, every day. I'm an oracle. I'm a writer for the kingdom, for the King, for the one that brought me back from death and hell, for the one that sent me back. It's over 26 years later, and I understand what my work is. I understand what my purpose is. And if you have a call that you cannot run by some people in the church because they will discourage you, but you need some confirmation or some encouragement, or you want to know if you're on track, connect with me. Connect with me. I can help you. I do this every day. I do it for a living. I do it in ministry, and I do it for a living. Because my prayer when I was doing those food delivery jobs and Ubering people around and dropping people off and picking them up out of the storms and the rain, I was like, God, I really have deeper meat to serve. I'd rather feed people spiritual food or give people understanding on their destiny or on what season they are in their life and help them understand where they are and if they're on target or not and if they're in the right place but it doesn't feel right. And I also want to take people to their destiny, not just drop them off in a car in a city location. I want to drop them off in their kingdom location, help them to understand their kingdom destiny, help them to understand their purpose. Even people that don't know the Lord have a purpose and they can get into it. I'm telling you, I do this every day, talking to people. I want you to know that God has purposes for people. Let's look at Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs made Apple, made iPhones, helped with cell phones. And cell phones now, you can have apps on them. And from those apps, you can work independently as an independent contractor. You can hire yourself. Because of Windows even on phones, we now even have Windows of which blessings can be poured out of because we can be independent contractors because we can get paid and not wait for someone to hire us. I'm telling you that God has more for us, and that Steve Jobs, though he didn't know the Lord, God had a purpose for him. And, maybe he got saved on his deathbed. Maybe he got saved on the other side. Hey, don't limit the Lord. You never know. Because I flatlined, I died, and I went to hell at 15 years old because I was in an emergency C-section and they basically killed me by not giving me oxygen on purpose. And so I died. And that was at Grossmont Hospital in San Diego. And that was 26 years ago, you guys. And so God can do anything. He could save anybody anywhere. And also he can direct people and give people and put people into their purpose, their life's purpose, which is your passion is a clue to your purpose. And frustrations here can also give you a clue sometimes to your purpose. So anyway, connect with me. I hope this confirmed, challenged. Maybe it ruffled your feathers. It's all right. Then you have a new style. Maybe I ruffled your wig, ruffled your fur, ruffled your hair. But it's okay. I'm going to say what he wants me to say. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Don't be afraid to connect, okay? www.facebook.com/Apostle Anna Clark. If this has been a blessing to you, if you would like to give to this ministry, this cause, then see the links below, okay? If the links are not below the video, then click on one of my other videos or my homepage for my videos and find my links there, okay, you guys? And God will bless you. God will bless you.